Light bulb. Hey YouTube, what you know good? He is the Reverend, and he's back with some more of that fresh art goodness. So, what in the world took so long to get back to it this time? Well, long story short, this mud has been acclimating to some big old changes lately. One, I moved house. Twice. Currently, I got me an apartment, complete with the noisy tenants upstairs. Hopefully, by the time I'm recording this, it's not something that I have to re-record over and over again because of the thumping. Also, hoping I just jinxed myself just now. 2, a new job. Same company, but different position and very different time schedule. Working 12-hour night shifts nowadays, so I need to focus on my main job and make sure that I can actually do it without actually damaging any of the expensive equipment we got there. So now that I've gotten used to things here and having successfully turned into a nocturnal animal like the Batman, I wanted to start making videos again. I've got a lot of recordings, so I've got maybe over 100 videos worth of content I can make right now. That said, I've already done most of my monthly illustrations, just one more to finish. Ergo, I'm going to make use of this extra time while I still have it. Update out of the way, today's illustration is something I did over a year ago, before their official collabs even happened. The two VTubers, one Ironmouse representing Vishojo and one Calliope representing Hololive, which, as you may have noticed from the intro of this little video, was all inspired by a simple little exchange I happened to catch on Twitter. And no, I don't know why I decided to clip those and save that as an image. Honestly, my guess is that I just wanted to make sure that I didn't forget to draw what you're seeing right now once the light bulb hit. Don't you hate that? Like, don't you hate when you have like a sudden inspiration or a cool idea just pop into your head, only to not have any way to write it down, so you inevitably forget next time you think about it? Unlike Mitch Hedberg, I just cannot convince myself that the idea wasn't good to begin with just because I forgot or because I can't find a pen. Now some of you might be wondering, hey Rev, in which case my response is, hey what? And you ask, you've drawn a decent amount of VTubers lately it seems, what's up with that? Who am I kidding? I don't upload often enough for anyone to catch this. I'm surprised anyone even remembers this channel even exists. But in all seriousness, I don't even watch VTubers that often. I don't do much of really anything outside of my job and my illustrations lately. That and my 3D studies. Yeah, I do 3D modeling and animation too. Haven't uploaded anything yet because it's not that good. Yet. Stay tuned. But the fact is I'm just too busy to really catch any streams and whatnot. Maybe catch a clip here or there. But that's about it. But if it's one thing that I can really dig when it comes to VTubers, including those that I don't even watch or subscribe to, it's the one thing I think they almost all have in common. Be it independent ones or, these official like agency designs. Like, no matter where you go, it seems like almost all these character designs are all fire. Like, so many designs are just eye-catching. Immediately something you can remember. Even if you make a silhouette out of it, you can probably recognize what that is or who that is. And sometimes they just straight up tell you the gist of what you're going to expect regarding the character, or at the very least, make you think, yeah, alright, I'll look up the lore behind this character, find out what they're about. Although I do think some of them really need to slow down with the new models and whatnot. I mean, a lot of them keep getting these new ones or updating or just getting just rebranding or re-debuting and all this. Sometimes it's understandable, start fresh, but sometimes it's just, well, when it comes to Ironmouse, I swear she has so many different versions. It doesn't seem like much, but when you see how many different versions she has, like, whoa, geez, she keeps getting more of them. She's about to reveal a new one pretty soon too. If I recall correctly, I think some of the previous models had like some issues which required her to have to start over from scratch, which allowed some fresh new designs, to be fair. But yo, sometimes I think she's just getting some new designs just because she just wants to, or because she can. I don't know if that's actually the case. Again, I haven't been able to follow her on her streams lately, but yo, at this rate, she's gonna have as many models as I think Asamiya has freaking idol costumes. It's kind of fitting nowadays. Now I think about it. And I'm not knocking it per se. It's just I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I think the real reason I find it kind of a issue is because Ironmouse is one of those characters that I find really fun to draw. Like the simpler designs are already pretty cool all by themselves, and I dig the overall aesthetic despite all the pink. And it's like every time she gets a new one, it looks cooler than the last one, and I kind of want to draw her again. And it's like, stop it! Get out of my head! It just doesn't take long to want to try drawing her again. She's just one of those folks, if that makes any sense. And by the time this video is out, I'd have already done so. I've already drawn her again. 2 versions of her in one picture. And yes, I've recorded that one too, so you can expect a speed paint of that one too. Eventually. Definitely need to draw Calliope again too. Admittedly for a completely different reason, though I do dig her character design, obviously. My motivation for drawing her is because we both really like the game Persona 3. She even did a stream once where she legit begged Atlas for almost an hour to let her stream it, complete with super chats backing her up. It didn't work. She never got the chance to stream it. Agency just, I guess they couldn't get the rights. But what with Atlas's announcement for that re-release for P3P, and the fact that one of her coworkers has actually been streaming Persona 4, maybe Atlas will finally just cave and let her do it. I bring it up because I told myself that when she gets the green light to stream Persona 3, I'd like to draw the Reaper in the game's school uniform like the main characters. But frankly, I don't really trust Atlas to greenlight this anytime soon, and frankly, the Reverend's running out of patience. So honestly, the real question is what time am I gonna draw this? You know, I definitely gotta draw it. Yeah, it's gonna happen. But since he brought up character designs, allow the Reverend to go on a tangent real quick when it comes to designs. As someone who created a few OCs, okay, a lot of OCs in his life, and of course done commissions for other people regarding their own OCs, I'm really interested in delving deeper into character design and learning how to create more eye-catching attires and just characters in general. When it comes to designing outfits and whatnot, that's definitely never been my strong suit, but I can draw what I see just fine. You see in my previous videos, you can see that doing fan art comes much more easily for me than anything else. I mean, if you got a character you already designed, I can draw it. If it's a pre-established character from the media, I can draw it. If it's a real person or personality, I can draw it. Be it just a standard celebrity or a pro wrestler, it doesn't even matter. My own stuff, though. And that's one of my goals as an artist, really. Gradually just breaking through this limitation of mine and start making better, memorable designs for my OCs. I have plenty of stories in progress and story concepts that, dare I say, have some potential, but let's be honest. At the end of the day, if what you're making doesn't look good, most folks aren't going to stop and take a look at what you got to offer. In fact, my buddy Jay Sarin and I are actually working on a comic idea right now. But the issue is not the writing. A decent amount of it, a few chapters worth of writing is already done. We've both been working on the writing for it and checking each other's work, so that should be no problem yet. Everything seems consistent. We got it set up so that we have some decent pacing and everything, good character introductions and all that. The writing is not the problem. The problem is this mutt right here. I am constantly second guessing myself with these designs and wanting to do them over. I have to stop doing that. Meanwhile, Jay, he's more of a writer, not an illustrator. But he also has some really cool ideas in that dome piece of his that even if he can't actually draw it, he can explain it to me, and then I draw it, and I'll fine-tune it for him, and it usually comes out pretty well. Like, Jay has a character idea, he sends it my way, I take a stab at it, He digs it, we move on. Meanwhile, I have a character idea, I take a stab at it, and I hate it. And then Jay wonders why I didn't show it to him. I suspect, well, some of the problem is me, of course, just second guessing myself and being my own toughest critic. But whatever the real situation, whatever the reason, the situation is that I just cannot look at my own original works and just say, yeah, this is fine. No matter how many times I try to redesign it or do it over. And since I thought about it, you know what, light bulb. Since it's the month of horror, I just got an idea right now. This isn't even part of my script. I'm just gonna, for 3 years I participated in like some form of Arttober. 2 times it was Inktober, and 1 time it was OC-tober. Now we're already half past October, but you know what? I'm not gonna let that stop me from sharing what I recorded. I need to upload this stuff anyway. Make some room for my hard drive. So here's the idea. As long as my recordings are still there, and they should be, I plan on posting all 3 submissions I made on OC-tober. 31 illustrations, full color. Most of them are my own original ideas, but a number of them are OCs from other artists that I follow and know of, because they're cool. The artists are cool, the original characters are cool. It's cool. But fair warning, folks, many of these illustrations are going to be kind of ugly. But that's the price you pay when you're trying to do 31 full color illustrations in 31 days, when you only add up to like 3 or 4 hours a day to invest in it, and that's right after work when you're already worn out and in desperate need of sleep. Thankfully, I have insomnia, so I wasn't going to be sleeping anytime soon anyway. But yeah, that's the plan. So look forward to that, I guess. What is wrong with me? This was supposed to be just a tangent. Here I am planning to post some 2-year-old illustrations of original characters. Welcome to my brain, folks. I can't even just stay on my script. Let me just stop before I commit to something else and bog my schedule even further, yeah? Let's just wrap this up and show you guys the finished illustration. If you like what I do, consider subscribing. And if you want to support this little project, remember I do commissions and have a Patreon. So till next time, take it easy, memento mori, and I will catch you all in the next one. Kill the feed.